Up and welcome back to the channel. Try to get the stream started. There's a couple issues here with YouTube and had to redo it. So here we are. It is the Sunday, November 30th. Hard to believe it is the end of November here already. Um, but we're doing the Helium miner update. We are here. There's Maui. He's hanging out. Coming to you from our Portland World headquarters, where it is a balmy, like 51 degrees, but man, it feels colder. I swear with the humidity here, it is cooler. It feels cooler even when it's like 20 degrees. When it's 20 degrees warmer, that just from the warm moisture in the air, it's just chilly here versus being in Wyoming. It might be too, just a little more sunshine though. We do have blue skies out here today. I was out at the marina on yesterday on Saturday. A little bit of wind, pretty nice. Just kind of chilled, hung out with the dogs and whatnot. So good time we had. But uh-oh. Yeah, Maui's excited. Hold on. Let me just cruise back here for a second. They are greeting the neighbor. So, yeah, head over here for a few. Anyhow, if you've been following along on the channel, getting down to business here, we've got 4 MNTD Helium miners. We've got 2 here in Portland, Oregon, current world headquarters, though we will be in Hawaii at about, December 11th, 12th or so, heading over there. But I got 1 helium miner over there, and we have, hey there from Venezuela, ¿cómo estás? Anyway, we are got that one in Hawaii, and then also one in Alpine, Wyoming. But again, one of the things we do with these live streams that we do every week is, as far as that update is that we've got that's kind of cool, is we've got the different locations. So if you're doing helium mining, then you could, you've got some different things there to compare with, since we've got those different locations. And then, by the way, no financial advice here. We just do this for fun, and we'll get to in a second, just because you can see what the actual earnings are right now on these. Just a general market update right now. Bitcoin up above 90,000, which is, good news for holders of Bitcoin. We touched down at a little over 80,000, and this was in the last couple of weeks. So we have seen that rebound. Did see a market kind of a melt up this last week. Obviously, a shortened week for stocks, just because of Thanksgiving, and then market closing early on Friday. We'll see what happens when the futures open later on tonight, or early evening. Well, obviously, volume is a little bit lower here during the holiday week. A lot of traders on vacation, but yeah, I did see some stuff, pop up a little bit. So, like I said, general kind of a melt up there. One of the things too is the Michael Burry, the puts he's got on Nvidia and on Palantir, kind of making the news. I think, usually good news kind of gets dismissed a little bit. But when someone like Michael Burry comes out with some, potential negative catalysts, then people tend to listen. And you can subscribe to him via Substack. There's a paid tier, but there's also a free tier, but you're going to get less information. So if that's something you're interested in. Other thing too, a little bit of a tilt there in the crypto market is MicroStrategy, whereas they'd always said they'd never sell Bitcoin. Now they say there's some, more extreme duress or events when they would. So a little bit of a change in language, a little subtle, but somewhat significant, I think. So, but let's get to the update as far as our miners. Our Kona miner sitting in Hexagon with 2 other miners. So we're doing some revenue sharing there. And again, when I talk about the hexagon, that's the way the helium map is divided. So you can go and look at that. And so if you're looking at setting up a miner, be able to see if you're going to be doing revenue sharing with anybody else. But anyway, that Kona miner earnings are up about 2% for the week. That's pretty good. And we earned 0.104 helium tokens. And actually, before we get any further. IoT, which was the token we had been earning our miners before the Helium improvement protocol from a couple years ago. That's at $0.000322 per token, up about 13%. Altcoins generally doing pretty well right now after the Bitcoin dip. HNT trading at $2.12, and HNT is what we earn on the miners here. That's also up about 13%. Bitcoin at 91,400 while we're doing the live stream here. That is up about 3%. And then finally Solana at 136.92, up about 3% as well. So kind of following with Bitcoin there. Portland 1, going back into our miners. That one's sitting in our lofts building. That one is in a hexagon with 5 other miners. Earned 0.051 Helium tokens for the week. So you can see the effect of revenue sharing there. Again, if you're in a little more urban environment and other people have Helium miners set up. Our Portland 2 location, that one's sitting in hexagon by itself. That one earned 0.101 Helium tokens, so not doing the revenue sharing. You can see kind of how that ends up helping. That one actually is down 17% in earnings. Portland 1 is about even or so for the week. Totaling all that up, looks like our 7-day earnings is 0.256 Helium tokens. So about a quarter Helium token, what we've been doing per week, which has been relatively consistent. That did drop in August when we did the halving, which ended up being a deflationary measure there for Helium earnings. So generally good for the ecosystem, but the earnings did drop there. So again, 0.256 Helium tokens, like I mentioned. 30-day earnings, our Kona miner is at 0.438 Helium tokens. Our Portland 1 location is 0.183 Helium tokens, and our Portland 2 location, 0.521 Helium tokens. So again, Portland 2 has typically been doing better as far as not doing the revenue sharing versus the revenue sharing in Hawaii. I think there are some incentives to set up the miners in areas that the cost of living is a little bit higher. Obviously the electricity draw on these is not much. It's 5 watts. But it's hard to find locations if you're, in an area with a little more with a higher cost of living, just as far as potentially less people that are going to set up the miners and piggyback onto their Wi-Fi. 30-day earnings, totaling that up, is 1.142 Helium tokens, and then you can take a look and these numbers and compare them to what you potentially could do or what you are doing. Certainly leave comments down below if you've got some experience there, or if you've got questions for us, and drop a like and a subscribe too if you found it helpful. Dollars and cents, our earnings this week, and again, this is why it's no financial advice, is a whopping 54 cents. And then on the 30 days, the earnings are a whopping $2.42. And being able to get that onto ROI, our return on our investment, we take that 30-day earnings, the $2.42, divide by 30 to get a daily rate, and then we extrapolate out for the year for 365 days, and then divide by the capital investment, and that gets us to an ROI of a whopping 1.8%. Wow. No financial advice there, right? 1.8, it's 1% is a little higher than last week. Obviously a few months ago, we were closer to that, 11, 12, 13 or so percent. But here we are. But we're still doing the updates, so all good. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully everyone's having a great weekend out there. Appreciate folks tuning in. Like and subscribe if you found it helpful. And that should about do it. Let's see what, before we go, there's Maui. He's having fun. Yeah, you can check out, we've got, he's got a couple of shorts that come out every day on YouTube, different areas he's at. We had him out at the river actually yesterday out in the Columbia. Had a lot of fun. Water's cold. There were a couple times he ended up not even wanting to get the ball. Just You could just tell he was a little more hesitant, but usually very well motivated. But the water was cold, so he is looking forward to making it to Hawaii as well. That should do it now. And hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. If you're watching the NFL, I did check out the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, so that was kind of cool to see them pull that out against Kansas City. Hopefully the Cowboys are back on track. We will see. But that is about it. So we'll see you for the update next week. Peace.